Welcome back to another episode of Baptized&Clueless. I am your gracious host, Yusuf Ellis. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Michelle Edie, and my awesome co-host, my brother Wesley Omiska. How are you
Yeah,
both doing today?
yeah, I'm doing all right, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. How are
I'm so
you
glad.
today, Yusuf?
I'm doing much better. I'm so glad to have
Yeah,
the two of you in my
yeah,
life. It's so good to have people that you can actually talk to about God.
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah,
Today
it's
Like-minded.
everything.
today's topic took a switch, so we're just gonna go with what we've got. Instead of going with our gut, we're gonna go with our spirit.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
today's topic is, how do you know it's him?
Mm,
And what
Mm.
we mean by that is, when you got decisions in life to make, how do you know it's God talking to you and not your flesh?
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know it's the right decision? How do you know if it's the wrong decision? How do you know if the decision you're making will lead you to an 11-day
Yeah.
walk in the desert or 40 years in the desert?
Mm, yeah,
And these are
yeah.
things that we face. Doesn't matter what the topic is. When it comes to making decision and choice, when it comes to discernment, when it comes to being able to sit with him long enough to hear him, it's about understanding what is his will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, it's not easy.
Not easy.
Not easy at all. But,
Mm-hmm.
in a nutshell, I'm talking about specific things going on with me right now. And the fact I can talk about it is just more science to it. So,
Mm-hmm.
as I alluded to earlier, um, I'm currently no longer going to be working at a job I was at for almost 14 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I knew the day would be coming because things are changing in the environment, the technology, everything's
Yeah.
changing.
mm-hmm.
I'm in a field that is specialized, but also in an area that's not so specialized. So there is possibilities out there, but that's not what this is really about. When you work
Mm-hmm.
for a company long enough, it comes to severance
Mm-hmm.
packages, and they'll offer you what they can offer you, or what they, well, they'll, let's be honest, they're
Right.
gonna offer you the minimum they can offer you, right? Whatever's legal based on the region that you live in, and which is fine. That's what it is by law. And so you get
It's like
that.
legal plus one.
Yeah, exactly. Literally plus one. And and so the decision is, well, do I accept the offer they have? And I'm going to give you guys the quick rundown to it. They send a letter. Well, they give them the call. They send a letter to follow up. I'm like, all right, cool. I read the letter, and then they put in two stipulations in it. Right, one
Mm-hmm.
says, I'm like,
Mm.
taxes, and the other one is based on the contract you signed. It says here that we have the legal right to da 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 da. I'm like, okay, the contract is signed, and then they mentioned the infamous Section 2B. I'm like, what's that? I don't know.
Oh. Oh.
I'm like, I guess. So, it took a few days to answer. It took like maybe like 5 days. I responded back and was like, hey,
Yeah.
just so I can
Mm.
make the right decision for myself, could I just have a copy of my contract? And could you answer the
Mm.
tax thing? And could you guys clarify if you included if it's calculated to the years that I worked there? So they were able to answer on two of those.
Right.
The one they weren't able to answer on was my contract. So let's just
Mm.
say that while they were waiting to get my contract, I had followed up with two employment lawyers
Mm-hmm.
just to
Right.
get an idea of what it is I'm reading. I got everything correct, and one of them was really detailed, and she
Mm.
broke it down to me and everything. And I'm like, okay, this is what I'm faced with. They're like, obviously there's still more room here to negotiate from what we can see, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
Now, all the time I've always thought about, man, if they ever let me go, whoo, I'm gonna get,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get paid, right?
Yeah.
And when you say stuff like that, you know who's talking to you. That's your flesh. Your flesh is like, money's gonna come
Yeah.
in,
Oh
and
yeah.
and let's face it, as human beings, whenever money is there, do we not feel secure?
Mm.
Of course.
This is
You
what
do.
we've been learned. This is what we've learned to lean on, right? The money. It's like, oh, the
Yeah.
money's gonna be
Yeah.
there, so everything's gonna be good. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, so I should get a fatty. No problem. No, hey, don't take it the wrong way. I'm talking about paycheck. and and the point of the matter is, like, it is what it is, but I know there's more on the table based on how things are handled. Lo and behold, an extra
Mm.
4 weeks passes by, several times of communication, and me pretty much leading out to them, like, hey, where's that contract? They finally get back to me like
Mm.
a day before deadline of signing, and they're like, yeah, we can't find a contract.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm like, you can't find a contract.
Oh.
But here's the thing: the day before they said that, I was wrestling with it, and I came with the idea of I can either go through the fight with it,
Yeah.
or I can accept what I
Mhm.
have and understand that God's opening up a new door for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
didn't get that job. God got me that job.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got a job at the
Right.
beginning of my marriage, and He got me all the promotions I went through.
Mm.
Yes, I did the work, but every time there's an opening and opportunity, there's times I got tapped
Yeah.
on the shoulders to go into another position without me even knowing the position was available.
Wow.
Mm.
So I know He
Right.
got me that job, and if I'm believing that He got me that job, now I'm going to believe He's going to take care of the rest. So as of last
Amen.
night, I was like, well, as of yesterday afternoon, yeah, up to last night, I was feeling really well. Like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
felt
Mm.
no pressure, and that was my inkling to know that God's good with it. I'm not feeling like I'm being
Yeah.
disobedient. I don't feel like I'm fighting because my flesh
Mhm.
wants more dough. Let's just face it,
Right.
Yeah.
always more.
There's
Like
nothing wrong with
cookies,
that feeling. I
yeah.
get that. That's
I,
very real.
I like cookies. 2 is great, but 4 is even better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I here's the dilemma I had though. The dilemma I had was, am I believing God
Mm.
to make provisions for me with the offer that's on the table?
Mm.
Or am I afraid that God won't have me if I go further for what I know should be my
Wow.
rights to get
That's
more?
a big one.
And I'm like,
Mm.
well, I'm asking God on both ends. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh my gosh. So which is it? Am I afraid that God's not going to come through for me? That's why I don't want to push through. I
Mm.
don't want to feel like I have less faith.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
the other way is like, well, am I saying that if I go that way too, that I don't believe God's going to provide for me after I settle with what I've got right now being offered to me? I'm like, I don't want to seem like I don't
Mm.
have faith. But here's what the deciding factor was between the two. One option gave me peace, the other one did not.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he's not the God of peace, then what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
He is
Amen.
100% the God of peace.
Amen.
And the idea of like letting go because he's got something else planned for me. He's got
Mm.
something else working on for me. I had a friend of mine just put in a prayer request for me at his local church area, and someone else prayed over me as well. I had a video come through to me unexpectedly, as doing the Dead Sea Scroll. Yeah, I did it, and by like the
Yeah.
fourth video, boom! This woman who had no traction online, 3 likes, 3 comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and she just spoke on when the floods come in, and
Mm.
she's like, I just feel anointed to say this, and she just said it. You know how many times you get a video and it's like someone out there needs this. Well, that was one of
Yes.
those videos, and she didn't have to say that, and she just spoke to the
Mm.
fact of when trouble's there, like know how you can hold on to him, lean on him, and it was just everything that was already
Yeah.
being spoken to me before. It was like a confirmation.
Confirmation. Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
like,
Oh,
oh
mhm.
wow. So I woke up this morning. Woke up this morning. Doom. No, I didn't get myself a gun. Sorry, Naz. I got out this morning and I was quite content. I was quite pleased.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
this is gonna be a good day. All right.
Yeah.
Let me just email
Yeah.
those 2 lawyers and let them know I'm outie. I'm
Yeah.
happy and I'm out.
Yeah.
I put
Yeah.
together a well
Yeah.
constructed email thanks to ChatGPT, and I sent it to them both, and I'm good on my word, eh? First lawyer calls back. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, see, you got his message there. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, I'm sure we can get a little more. I said, yeah, I'm sure too, but you know what? I don't have any faith in them doing the right thing. They already
Mm.
dragged it to this point. I'm
Mm.
okay. I'm not gonna let them get the last bit of my piece, kind
Mm.
of thing. So he's like, okay, I could hear disappointment
Right.
in his voice as he trails off. All right, well, have a good holiday. I'm like, you too. But then the second lawyer called,
Oh gosh.
the sharp one. I say sharp because she
Mm.
makes all the right points and
Yeah.
all the good points, and
Right.
she's very straightforward. Like, hey, what do you got to lose? And
Mm.
I'm
Right.
sitting there. I did a second call after her today, and I'm sitting there with my wife, and we're asking questions back and forth. And as we're
Mm.
asking questions, she's giving us a straight up point of things like, yeah, they could take a little longer. It'll take about this long. You can get this. You can still get the original offer even after deadline. She's giving us all the details. She's really good.
Right. Girl.
But you know what I felt, or you know what was absent during the whole conversation?
The
Peace.
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 Yeah.
It was out the window. Peace is like looking at me like, you gonna go through that? Because I'm holding on to the door not to leave. because you're going the opposite way. I'm telling you to come this way with this peace. And I was like, I have to stop and think. What does another month, 2 months, 6 months? Mind you, they're doubling whatever. The lawyer's like, we could probably get you a double. I'm like,
Man.
double?
I have to
Oof.
tell you,
Fantastic.
That's the options,
I
man.
have
That's
to
the
tell you,
options.
Yeah.
my spirit feels a word over that. And a lot of times when God is directing you somewhere and there is total peace in that decision,
Hmm.
the devil will put temptation in the other direction
That's
that
right.
seems so appealing to chase it because it's just, and it creates distraction from the path that God is
That's
actually
just
paving
it.
for you.
That's just
Yeah.
it. That is just it.
And I'm so proud of your growth in discernment to be able to recognize and check your spirit and say,
Yeah.
you know what? I understand what you're telling me, God, and I'm going to move accordingly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mm.
it's a simple line in 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight.
Yeah.
Transformation Church has a song of that. I mean, the bottom line is there a song? I don't know, but they sing it. Bottom line is to walk by faith, not by sight is so what God wants. If
Mhm.
you can, that's why God put that, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. Those are able to see pretty much the miracles of Jesus. Bless them, but bless those who weren't even
Mhm.
around to see this. Like pretty much, we are living in that time. We don't get to see Jesus walk with us,
Yeah.
so we can be convinced that we saw him and we touched him. We know for sure he's real. We're going based off what we experienced with him, not
Yeah.
by sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's huge on us.
It is.
Even if
Mm.
people were in another town and never got to see Jesus, they got to hear people that they knew that saw Jesus. They got to hear from people that they knew that got to see miracles.
Yeah.
Their
That
uncle or their aunt
that
or their
actually
friend.
got the healings.
Exactly. Right. That
Mhm.
person was still alive. They could go to that person they wanted to go confirm it.
Mhm. Mhm.
We don't have that. We have it by difference. We have it by faith. Yeah.
It's funny because exactly what you just experienced
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of a scripture. And actually, while you were talking, I had to look it up because I'm like, I've heard this scripture before, and the words were in my spirit, but I couldn't put them together correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I literally just searched for it quickly, and it's Ecclesiastes 7, verse 12.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
this is going to be powerful for you because it speaks directly. It's like so speaking directly to that moment for
Mm.
you.
Mm.
It says, wisdom and money can get you, and this is the NLT version.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wisdom and
Much easier to
money can get
understand.
you almost, yes. Wisdom and money can get you almost anything, but only wisdom can save your life.
Mm.
Accept the way God does things. For who can straighten what he has made crooked? Enjoy prosperity while you can. But when hard times strike, realize that both come from God. Remember that nothing is certain in this life.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
So true. Wisdom can last forever. Money, very fleeting.
Yeah.
You've never heard wisdom is
And
fleeting. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's like, you're smart today, dumb tomorrow. And they don't hear that. Talk
Mm.
about money, here today, gone tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Just thinking of Psalms 119, 105. Wesley, you're speaking of this before. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path.
Yeah.
It's why we need to
yeah,
know scripture, because when we're in the wilderness, we need to understand like his word is the truth.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
spoken one line, he never will. So
Mhm.
when we're saying
Mhm.
stuff in prayer, like bring back up his word. He knows what he said. He likes to
Yeah.
hear it when we know what he said.
Yeah. He does. And going off that verse, I remember I heard a friend of mine's, he was describing this verse without even really knowing that it was a verse.
Mm,
And he was saying how um when God has like when you're reading God's word,
mm,
how the reason why it says your word is a lamp to my feet,
yeah.
like it purposely says that because you're not supposed to see the road ahead of you. You're supposed to just have
Mm,
faith in God that God's gonna direct your path the more you read his word. And that's
yeah,
why also it says, when it says, and it's a light to my path,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's a light, and we know God is the light. So we just got to trust in him that he knows where he's leading us, and we don't have to worry about where exactly we're going, but just trust in him that he knows the best path for us, you know.
Exactly.
And so
Right.
when he was mentioning that, that was just so good.
Yeah, no, that is so true.
Mm.
Because if we know what's up ahead, way in advance, we're gonna screw it up because we're gonna try and force things to go
Yeah.
quicker.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and make it go easier. Because
Mhm.
if you think we're impatient
Mhm.
before, if we know it's coming, we're gonna become even more impatient. Think about your birthday.
Right.
Think about Christmas. You start thinking, I
Ah.
know I requested these things. You start anticipating
Yeah.
even more. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's how we are. So to continue to say, she's giving me the talk to the lawyer. Great lawyer again. If I need her to defend me and God said you could use somebody, I'm using her.
Yeah.
Amen.
And she gives me everything and we go through. We stay on the phone like maybe a half an hour with my wife, and we're on the phone, we're looking at all the options, and it's like at the end, everything that we said that was other than leave it as is just sounded like it was just they're rubbing on the back of the enemy, like, but what if you got, another 6 months or 3 months, and it's like, well, what difference does that really make to me?
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
one of the caveats is while you're going through this thing, by law over here, if you should find work ahead of time, that changes the whole thing. Because the whole point of extending the I need more is because you're saying I won't be able to get work, which is pretty much saying God's
Right.
not going to provide for me, so I need more. And I get when people are in that
Right.
position. I've been there before, and yeah, that's always an option. But
Mhm.
the truth of the matter
Right.
is, I'm more concerned about what I'm saying to God about His provision.
Mhm.
I'm more concerned about
Right.
what am I saying to God about faith in Him. And while I'm
Yeah.
asking those questions, like, am I saying that the same God that got us a house, when we said, Lord, you know what, we're willing to be more flexible. As soon as we said that, within 24
Mm.
hours, we got word of the house to come see.
Wow.
As simple as that. As soon as we
So,
open up our options, and God doesn't mind you being specific about things,
Yeah. Yeah.
but He
yeah.
loves it when you say, I trust you to go ahead and do what's best.
Mhm.
Right.
God's a home that was better than the home that we bid it on that we lost on. God's the home that cost less than the home that we bid it on that we lost on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God's the home that got us more. Like, I just, He's proved Himself over and over and over again. And sometimes we forget because we're so focused on the worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today's recording got pushed back because I was like dealing with that stuff today, and also with the fact that I just had to make a decision. And initially I was like, we'll give a call back and we'll see if we're going to go forward with it or not. And once I said, you know what? No, I'm going to stick back with the peace that I was offered by God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once I said that, all of a sudden I was happy again. I was cracking jokes.
Yep.
Like layoffs, fired, quitting, in all my life, those have been like in the riddle. So I'm not foreign to it.
Yeah.
And every time I've
Right.
gone through those things, I've always been like, I'm good, because it's never been like a dream job anyways. It's just been a job that provides, or a job that I'm good at, or whatever the
Yeah.
case is. And in this case, I was
Yeah.
making it something because my flesh is like, look at all the time you put in there. No, look at all the time God allowed me to put in there, because I almost walked away from that job 6 years ago. 7.
You see what you just said there about the time that you
Mhm.
put in? That comfort zone is
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
That comfort zone will kill our future. God purposely closes doors for us when there's something greater ahead, because we will sit in our comfort zone for so long that we're missing the purpose and the desires of God's heart for us,
Mm-hmm.
because we're comfortable. We're like, God, you've given me comfort. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And we sit in it for too long. And He starts to make us slightly uncomfortable. And we feel like it's an attack of the enemy. And sometimes we have to, and that's where
It's not.
discernment also comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discerning, is this an attack of the enemy, or is this God saying it's time to move?
Especially when you've been in a comfort zone and you're doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're so comfortable, you don't feel like there's anything to do. Because when we're not comfortable, we seem to buzz around a lot differently. If you're listening to God
Yes.
and you're in an uncomfortable position, all of a sudden now you're more obedient. You're more in tune to what he's saying.
Yep.
You're more aware of the other
Yep.
possibilities that, maybe you should be doing this as well for somebody else, not just about yourself. When you're more open to
Yeah.
him, things run differently. It's not that
Yeah.
it won't run
Yeah.
hard or difficult, but you're not feeling like you're in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
right now, I feel like I'm escaping the wilderness. Like, when we're done this call, I'm so signing that paper so quick. Saying the truth.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
one is making me feel heavy and one's making me feel light.
Yeah.
One is
Yeah.
telling me that I'm leaning on God, like, okay, Lord, you ended this chapter, so that means you've got something else in line for me. When you do, I don't know. But thank God I live where I live, because there's options. And when I say there's
Yeah.
options, I mean, like, while I wait, we already did an episode of Be Fruitful While You Wait.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean you don't go and apply for jobs. Doesn't mean that you stop being good towards other people.
Right.
Or, until you get this thing done, I'm just not going to move. That's just foolish. That's just foolish.
That is
And
complacency in it.
yes, right. It's a tough spot, because everyone gets through these things in life, and they all handle it certain ways. And a lot of times we handle it by the flesh. We
Yep.
have tons of people
Yeah.
that need things in life, and they're waiting for the Lord to do it. In the meantime, they're supposed to do quite a few basic things. Like, you're waiting on the Lord to get you something, but you're staying in bed late in the morning, or you go to bed late at night, or you're overspending the little that you have, or you're spending time, scrolling through. And it's like you're doing all these things you don't necessarily have to do.
Yeah.
But you're just thinking, well,
Right.
I'm just waiting for the Lord. So waiting on the Lord doesn't mean do nothing,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you're
The
still feeding
scripture
stuff.
reminds us that, yeah, it's true. The scripture reminds us that God gives us the spirit of power, of love, of self-control, not fear, because he wants us to move
Exactly.
beyond our comfort zones
Exactly.
and embrace his calling.
Mm-hmm.
But we are so comfortable with being stagnant. And I know from personal experiences, there's times where I feel like everything around me is crumbling.
Mm.
And it's like you're crying out to God, God, why is it crumbling? Why is everything falling apart? Fix it. Or you're saying, God, fix it, fix it.
Yeah.
And the more you're praying for God to fix it, it's falling apart more. And it's just taken away from you. I know there was a season for myself in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I resonate with you, because I was in a space where I thought I was very peaceful. I was like, yo, everything around me is good.
Mm-hmm.
My relationships were good, work was good, my home was good, everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
And God wanted me to move, but I was so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have this peace, love, joy. And I remember it within a period of like 2 months, God ripped 2 major things out of my life. Just and I was like, what just happened here, God? I was so confused.
Yeah.
But yet I was still peaceful in that confusion. And I remember just saying, God, like, you know why you've done what you've done. When the first thing happened, it made sense to me a bit, but it still was frustrating.
Yeah.
When the second thing happened, I was like, there was this strange sense of peace, but my spirit, my flesh was like, why is this being taken away from me?
Mm-hmm.
But my
your flesh is
spirit was
entitled.
calm.
Your flesh is
Yeah,
very
my
entitled.
flesh was mad because of it. That's what you said earlier, which was, I've invested so long in this. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not letting this go. But my spirit was at peace, like, girl, relax. You know what he has in store for you is so much bigger than what's in front of you. And I couldn't fathom it because I didn't feel like what he took away from me, I didn't feel that was something God would have taken away from me.
Right.
It's something I thought God would have definitely restored. I thought it was something God would have definitely moved on, definitely worked on in. And I was like, no, my flesh is saying I'm supposed to hold on to this, but my spirit is at so much peace here, God. And I remember sitting with God in prayer, and immediately he gave me peace. I think I've said this to you before, Yusuf, where it's like everything you've been through. I was like, God, why did you put me through everything you've put me through to only come here to take it all away? And he said, how can I prepare you to help others if you've never walked the journey yourself? So yes, the things that were disturbing you, the things that you went through, the hardships, the trials, I was preparing you. I was refining you. I was getting you ready for what I had next for you, but you got comfortable there, Michelle. And now that I've taken it away, you're not sure which way to go. but understand that you go where peace is. And my heart and the peace that I felt, I just sat in that and I said, God, you know what? Whatever you have in store for me. And I've heard that that's a big prayer to pray because it will change everything in your
Yes.
trajectory in it.
Yeah.
Which is,
Will.
God,
Will.
I prayed, God, I surrender my life to you and use me in any
Yeah.
way you desire to use me.
Yeah.
I
That's
surrender
scary prayer.
everything I'm
Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
No one told me that before I said the prayer.
Yeah, no, I knew that one.
But my spirit was convicted.
Yeah.
My
God said,
spirit was
bet.
convicted. I was like, God,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? That's exactly what God said. He said, oh, Michelle, you're brave. You said that? Okay.
Say
Yes,
less.
he's right.
Say less.
Michelle, though, you said it.
Homie.
Michelle, you said when we based on what I said too, but you said how we're so concerned about the time we put into something, and we never think about the time God has
Yes.
put into us.
Oh,
We
that was powerful.
always just take it for granted. Like He's put so much time into us, and He patiently has put time into us. He's told us something 10 years ago that we're just getting into right now.
Yeah.
I'm glad He's not the lightning striking
Oh
God,
my
because
God.
honestly,
Yeah, for real.
maybe crispy people out here, just crispy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like we're so slow to change. We're so slow to understand. We're so slow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that perspective. I'm going to have to keep that in my mind and my spirit too.
Yeah.
There was something you
Wow.
mentioned. Yusuf.
Mm.
Like before this, where you said like the Israelites. You mentioned the Israelites
Yes.
and how their 11-day journey turned into a 40-year death.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, like even in that, like God was so patient with them. Like
Oh,
gave them manna, gave them everything, and even with their complaining, God was patient with them.
yeah.
And so you're exactly right, Yusuf. Like thank God he is not the lightning strike
Yeah.
God. or let's say this. Thank God he's not the Old Testament God anymore.
Trust me. I'm just starting all over again. Etch a sketch. I'm gonna erase this all out
The ground and
and
just
start again. Yeah.
Yeah.
let it
Yeah.
open up the ground and take out your generation.
No,
Exactly.
gosh.
Exactly. Like
Yep.
no, we're more than fortunate. We're living in a very blessed time because those
Mhm.
before us,
Um,
that got to see Jesus, their parents, they're in some rough times, yo.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So ours may be rough, but I'm not trying to trade someone else's bad for my bad. I'm good. I'll handle what I've got in front of me because God, that's what you placed in front of me. You're with me, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But this journey, this lesson, I think, is gonna be a lifelong lesson of understanding His peace.
Right.
His peace cannot be matched. It cannot be compared, and it is so easy, which is so crazy because you know of it all the time,
Mhm.
but when you actually get to experience it in an actual situation, like I've experienced this peace many times, like when trouble's taking place with my kids and he's had to like take the hurt out of my heart
Mhm.
from being overreacting parents. I felt at peace. But when it comes to just making a decision, and one decision is obviously comes with less strain, less
Mhm.
Right.
push, less pull,
Yeah.
and the other one all it's gonna bring you is a little more dineros,
Right.
but with a lot of stress
Yeah.
Mhm.
and with a lot of my emotions, I'm sure would have been up and down the place. I'm sure my emotions have
Right.
been, especially anger. How am I? I'm in a
Oh
season of
yeah.
trying to understand having grace and peace with the people. You can't have something this heavy weigh on you because you're going to start making enemies with the HR department, the company overhead itself, the
Yeah.
VP, that all these people that don't even know you by face. They just know you by a
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
And all the personal, we've been in situations before where we had the personal arguments in our own head. Yeah, I bet you they think this and that.
Yeah.
People don't think nothing. But in doing so, you now harden your heart over the next few weeks,
Yeah.
over the next few months, probably for next year. You may have just planted a seed that's going to be there for the next couple of years. Because every time you think about the
Right.
worst situation, it's like, yeah, those people, if they adjust. That time God was offering a peaceful way out, like, just let it go. I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Mhm.
don't have to. There's no
Mm.
need.
I love the way you said that. Just let it go. I've got you.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go. I've got you.
And I was just thinking as well. You know how I know Yusuf, you were explaining how like the decision to not take the offer, like you knew that was the peaceful decision. But I know that there's people out there that they may not be like that, where it's like to them the that offer is their peace, and it's because they're in their flesh,
Exactly. Well, the offer
and
you're talking about is the one for the lawyer. The lawyer's like, go for the fight.
yeah,
And I'm like, no,
yeah.
I'll stand down.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people out there that may think money will give them that peace,
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, a bit there.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now,
Mm.
while we're talking, $1 million drops through your roof on your table. I don't know if you even finish the podcast. Hear your headphone drop. What's with that? Because we're like, let's face it, majority of problems in this world is money related.
yeah,
Where you
yeah.
live,
But
what
here's
you
the
eat.
thing. When you're spirit led, it helps you to avoid delay. Because if God has
Mhm.
something different for you right now
Mhm.
and you choose the flesh money
Yeah,
and you decide to chase that, God could have said, you know what, he's dangling a carrot and it's right over there. It's in February of 2026 and
Mhm.
it's yours. But if
Mm.
you're wrapped up trying to fight for the little pennies that were over there, now you're going to miss the diamond that I have sitting here for you
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you are too distracted
Yeah.
Yeah.
to come and get the blessings that I'm holding here for you. I'm holding up my hand with this blessing for you. Now you create delay. It doesn't mean he will take it away from you.
That's the thing.
But now
Mhm.
instead of having that blessing in February 2026, now in February 2029, you're getting that blessing that you could have had 3 years before.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
it is one of the scariest stories in the Bible. That 40-year delay, that's a nightmare, B. People think
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we were foolish. Oh, no. We've all been foolish at that. There's been several times where there's been shortcuts in
We
our
still
life.
are.
Of
Yeah.
course. It's the
Yeah.
greatest learning experience because that whole story is about them not trusting God, even after everything is done. And we're
Yeah.
all living just like those Israelites. We're no different. We're definitely not better.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
And you know how you mentioned Michelle, the complacency, like I was just thinking, like the Israelites, like when you think about it, manna was coming from the sky,
Yeah.
and they were so comfortable with that they didn't even really like pay attention to that. Oh, manna's coming from the sky. Oh, it's just another day, of eating manna.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
manna was
Yeah.
literally coming from the sky.
So
Yeah.
let's look at that in the current state. How we take God's gifts for granted.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
Yeah.
pulls off a miracle
100%.
and we still act as though
Yep.
we're not impressed like it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's what happens when
We
he does
we
miracles so
deserved
often.
it. It was
Yes,
expected.
we're entitled to it. Well, I'm a
Yeah.
Christian. I've done these things. So, yes, of course I got that job. Yes, of course I got that bonus. Yes, of course I'm driving this car.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Mhm.
We have the
Mhm.
audacity,
Yeah. Yeah.
Christian and non Christian alike, we have the audacity with the life that we have, the life that we don't even know how we got here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
love about this journey, though, is that today this is the circumstance that you're seeing, but there's going to be a day in the future. And the way that God works is he makes sure you know this is my work. This is my hand over this. The
Yeah.
things that will play out over the series of X amount of time, there's going to be a day you go, but God,
Yeah.
it could only have been your hand over this situation. God, it was you, because he does it in such a way where you cannot even deny that it was him.
Yeah, exactly.
He orchestrates things in such a way, and you don't see it sometimes immediately because it just seems like natural occurrences happening in small little stages.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you get to the other side, you go, I see your hands. I see your hands all
Spiritual
over
hindsight. Spiritual
everything that
hindsight is
Yeah.
it's not
yeah,
it's discernment, spiritual hindsight, but to be able to look back.
yeah,
And you know what? You have to
yeah,
be able to be resting in him to look back because he will show you where you've come from.
true.
He'll show you what we've gone
Yeah.
through. Sometimes people talk about, oh, I've had it so hard. I've gone through so many things. But are you looking at the struggle or are you looking at God's blessings?
Mm.
Like,
Right.
what is your optical review? Is it just a matter of, man, it was so hard, or do you actually see His grace through the things that He brought you through? Because on your own will, you're not going to get through a lot of things at all.
No, not at all.
Your
Like
attitude changes your attitude.
like I was like I was just thinking like when you mentioned Yusuf about like God, like you being able to know when to be still or know when to move forward when He's asking you to move forward. Like I was just thinking, like which one do you like? Which would you think is worse? Like someone who is like complacent somewhere and like God's telling them to move but they don't move, or someone who's moving ahead of God and decides to try to do things in their own power and just start doing things out of God's will, and God never told them to do that, but they just decided to move ahead. Like what do you think would be worse
You know
for
what do you
someone
think?
to do?
They're both the same thing to God.
Okay.
Because they're both disobedience.
Okay.
God's not gonna be like, well, at least you didn't go ahead of me, so it's okay. No, it's like,
Yeah.
now if you were unsure, that's why you didn't move. If it's out of fear, I'm sure He deals with people differently based on who they are, because He knows their journey, right? But at the end of the day, both of them are equally disobedient. Isn't?
Yeah.
I don't think He'll make a difference with it. He's not. I can't imagine God saying, at least you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what He didn't do was listen to him. That's the bottom line between both of them, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the question you asked was valid, because as humans, that's how we weigh things.
Very.
We try and figure if this one's not as bad, so we'll go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still using the word bad in the sentence, right? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
one's not as disobedient. It's still saying disobedient. So.
Yeah. 'Cause that's exactly what I was thinking. Like we would get in that trap,
Yeah.
like saying like, well, at least I'm not moving ahead of God. At least I'm trying to, trust God somewhat. Somewhat trust God.
It's a great compromise we love to do. It helps us to accept what we know we shouldn't do.
Feel better.
Yeah, feel better. Yeah. Yeah.
For the moment, and then the repercussions come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the next thing about faith in moving with God. You don't know what the difference is if you did do the thing or not do the thing. So like right now, I will not know.
Right.
I know one is Him for sure, because He's giving me peace, but I won't know what the other road would have been like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with a lot of people. We have this thing where it's like, yeah, but what if I'm missing out? And the idea of believing that they're missing out, quote unquote, is why they make the wrong choice.
That's where the enemy comes in.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, always. The enemy is there waiting for you to come through the wrong choice. Big flashlights, ribbon, and fake pride money. Come this way.
Ribbon.
When two people trying to get a baby to walk to them, the baby's just learning to walk for the first time.
Oh my
And like, come this way. That's
yeah.
right? Come. The other person's the parent, like, come this way. And they're like, nah, look at his trinkets. Shaking around and stuff. Everything to get your attention. And
yeah.
no, man. Another 8 weeks, another 6, another 8 weeks, or another, would it be another shoot? I'm like thinking even 24 weeks. Like, as great as that sounds, like they're not. It's not gonna. Even if they rolled over, like that's another thing I don't know. What if they just roll over? Say, you know what? Just get rid of him. Give him what he wants. And even if they did that, even after I get it, I realize I'm gonna feel like, Lord, so I got more, and what? Now I feel better.
Right.
That means I didn't think that you were gonna feel better.
Yeah.
To avoid feeling lack, I use mammon instead to fill that void.
It's powerful.
I don't want to, and this is extreme. I know I go extreme with examples, but I don't want to feel like this.
Right.
Got what he thought he wanted, and it ended up ruining instead. Get to enjoy it. There's no way I could enjoy the extra if it's not coming from God.
We talk about that delay season, and if we're gonna move in that season of like waiting, if we're gonna actually do something. And the beautiful thing about it is Wesley just talked about, is it better to not move or is it better to move? And I know both are are, I believe both are equal, just like we were saying.
Yeah.
But I think there's a beauty about being able to move forward, because at least if you are moving, he can provide redirection. He can close other doors.
Very true.
He can open other doors, but you
Yeah.
need to keep moving and keep checking in with him. Keep building your discernment. Keep building in relationship. And the more you spend time in relationship while you're moving,
Hmm.
he will organically connect, like you will connect and you will understand his voice more clearly and know when you're moving forward with stronger discernment, because you're saying, okay, God, I'm staying in relationship with you in this season where I'm not so sure, but I'm going to move forward. I might be crawling, but as I crawl forward, you're going to show me the signs, God, that this is correct. Go there.
That's
No,
what
this
I'm
is not
saying.
correct. Stay away from
Yeah,
that.
going forward, because if
Yeah.
you're going in the wrong direction, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going towards the hot door. No, he's trying to bring you towards the lights, not the
Yeah.
hot door, right? So yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. This is the thing, right? Be fruitful while you wait.
Mm.
While you're not too sure about it. There are things he's already told you need to do. Because you're waiting doesn't mean that you stop. There's things that you still have to do regardless of what's going on in your life. And so, that's something we have to continue with. But I appreciate you guys allowing me to speak on this
Yeah.
so openly and candidly. And the fact that I can speak on it
I'm
is
so
another
happy you
confirmation.
did.
Yeah. So good. So glad you did, man.
Can I say real quick? If I'd gone the other way, I wouldn't have said nothing.
Yes.
Because isn't that the devil's shame?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
keep it secret. Keep
Oh,
it secret. Don't say nothing to nobody. Because wait till you come out on top and
yeah.
everything's looking rosy for you.
Oh, that's it right there. Wait till you come on top. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
God and hate the devil.
You said it.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Love God, hate the devil. Simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Mm.
I want to thank you both again for joining me. I love you both. This has been a
Yes, love you too,
exciting
man.
episode, and I really appreciate
We
your
love
time.
you too.
Until next time. Oh, we're coming up to holiday season. We might as well mark it for this one because we're not recording for a little bit. So
Yep.
Yeah.
see you when we see you, folks.
See you in 2026.
Most likely.
Yes.
Most likely.
Yeah.
God willing. Thank you all again for this episode. And join us back when we have another topic of great conversation. We appreciate you guys coming out. Everyone have a great one.
Yes. Take care.
Have a good one.